What's going on, guys? Cody here at Sappington Pro Outdoor. Today we have a cute little video about the cute little KLX 230 Supermoto here that we're going to be going over some details, some features, and some goodies about this wonderful little street fiend. I like that. The 2023 KLX 230 SM, that stands for Supermoto. It's fuel injected, air cooled, 233cc 4-stroke, actually a 6-speed transmission. On something like this, you might see a 5-speed. It's a steel frame, has optional ABS, cast wheels, street tires, and looks a little bit sleeker than the KLX 230. Designed to offer supermoto fun on a budget and to appeal to beginner riders or experienced riders who want something a little bit more smaller, nimble, and fun. All right, y'all, getting on this bike. Let's swing a leg over it, see how she feels. So, just sitting down, obviously, it's a dirt bike platform on street tires, so it's gonna sit a little bit taller. So you can see here, I'm sitting in pretty much the lowest point of the seat. I can still flat foot it, again, 6'2", 6'1", depends on the day, 32-inch inseam. Riding position is actually very comfortable, so I'm upright. I can still flat foot, but I'm not super bent. Let's see, getting the feet on the pegs here. I do notice, then again, I do have a size 13 foot or shoe. You know, if you're wanting to ride with the balls of your feet on the pegs like you should be. Ooh, stand didn't really do its job there. My heels are hitting the rear passenger pegs, which, you know, if you don't have a giant's foot, you might not have that problem, but unfortunately I do. Very upright, very comfortable. I love in the mirrors that all I can see are my elbows. That's great. That's the same with every motorcycle. Seat's a little hard. Again, pretty much a dirt bike seat, so that might get a little old after a while, but there ain't much you can do about that. Buy an aftermarket seat. They ain't cheap, but they're good. All right, let's talk about some engine specifications and some power numbers. Makes a whopping 19.74 horsepower at, I believe it says 7,800 RPM. Blistering top speed of 78 miles an hour. Downhill with a tailwind at that. On a real note though, with that horsepower number may seem like way low. On a bike this light, which, how much does this thing weigh? I don't know, 250, maybe 300 pounds? I don't know, I'll find the number. We'll put it up there on the screen at some point. But with a bike this light, that's more than enough power. Legitimately, it's more than enough to get around town, do some urban commuting, ride to and from work. If you want to take this thing on the interstate or highway, for some of you weird ones that only call it a highway, it can do 70, which is the speed limit in most places, but it can do 78. That's what it's listed at. It's smooth, it's responsive. It's got a lot of torque in the low end, which is where you're going to be spending most of your time, especially riding in the city. So I think this thing's going to perform really, really well, surprisingly well, I think. Getting into some suspension goodies on this bike, compared to the KLX 230, the dual sport version, the suspension is significantly more firm, which adds some agility, stability, of course, for street riding. Of course, the street tires as well are definitely aiding that. As far as the seat height goes, they've actually lowered the suspension and decreased the suspension travel, because obviously you don't need as much suspension travel as you do on a dirt bike. So because of those changes, they've made it a very good, more street approachable bike. And since they shortened it, they made it significantly more approachable for shorter riders, such as Fabio. Speaking of shorter riders who are named Fabio, we've got one. We're gonna show you how he looks, how he sits. He said he's about 5'8", 31.5-inch inseam? No, 28.5. 29.5 inch inseam. You guys hear that? 29.5. And look how he is, absolutely struggling. He's struggling. His toes are tipping. They're tippy toes. But if you're a normal person who's 5'8" and you don't have like a 29.5-inch inseam and you have like a 30-inch inseam, like a normal human being, this probably be fine for you. That's all, Fabio, get off. All right, let's talk about brakes. So the brakes on this bike are really good. So they've actually got a bigger front disc on the SM versus the regular 230. I don't know, can you see that in the back? I don't know if you can, but it's bigger. It's bigger, better for street use. It is equipped with ABS, which is optional, of course, and even on the ABS model, it can be turned off if you do desire a little bit more control. What if I turned it on and then like got my micro close to where I was in shot and it was just like, All right, let's switch on the dash for you here. Turn the key. Get my hand out of the way. Very simple. You got your fuel gauge, your clock, your speed. This is in kilometers. I can't figure out how to get it to change. And then you've got trip A, trip B, and odometer. Very basic, very, gives you what you need. And then this is just that way. Rare occasion for you guys, this thing actually has gas and a battery in it. Doesn't happen often. So for this momentous occasion, we're gonna have to start it up, get you a little sound clip. Woo! Beautiful. Turn it off, back to silence. All right, so final goodies on the KLX 230 Supermoto. Fuel capacity of 1.9 gallons. For all of you watching that watched the DRZ video, I think I said like 12 gallons on the tank. Sorry, I misspoke, all right? Don't crucify me in the comments, relax. 71 miles per gallon on this bike with, I think it said 114 mile range or 117 mile range. Fantastic. If you want a little gas getter, a little gas saver, go back and forth to work, like I do, 5-minute drive, save you some gas. Perfect, can't go wrong. Aside from that, if you like this bike, if you want to buy this bike, call me, 573-243-1975. Ask for Cody. You can send me a text or send me an email, either way, it's fine. Free lifetime powertrain warranty on these. Can you believe that? Too good to be true? No, it's just us. Deliver nationwide. We have shipping options. Huh? I was getting to it, man, you threw me off. It was gonna be a one-take wonder, and then you interjected. Cannot believe you.
My bad, dog.
You want me to redo the whole thing?
No,
you just want to cut in?
Yeah.
Okay. If you guys want to check out the video we did on the DRZ 400, that's the one I misspoke in. Click here. James is putting it here. And then just subscribe. Stay tuned for the next video that we're going to come out with. Don't know what it's going to be, but you're going to like it anyway. See ya.